Evan Cole learned early that computers listened better than people. He grew up in a small town in northern Ohio, the kind of place where nothing big ever happened. His father, Mark Cole, worked long shifts at a tire factory. His mother, Linda, cleaned houses and watched too much daytime TV. They were not bad parents. They were just tired. Most nights, the house was quiet except for the hum of the old refrigerator and the ticking clock above the stove. Evan was quiet too. When he was 9 years old, his father brought home a used desktop computer from a coworker. The monitor was thick and yellowed. The keyboard had keys that stuck. It ran slow, and the fan made a whining noise, like it was always in pain. But Evan loved it. He didn't use it to play games at first. He wanted to know how it worked. He clicked everything. He broke things. He fixed them again. When something crashed, he didn't panic. He watched. He learned. By 12, Evan knew more about that computer than anyone else in the house. By 14, he was fixing computers for neighbors. He didn't charge much, sometimes just a slice of pizza or $20 in cash. But word spread. The Cole kid can fix it, people said. At school, Evan was invisible. He sat in the back. He didn't play sports. He didn't talk much. Other kids didn't bully him much either. He was just there. Online was different. When Evan was 16, he found an online forum about computer security. It wasn't illegal, at least not openly. People talked about bugs, system errors, and weak passwords. Some of them spoke in riddles. Some of them bragged. Evan mostly read. Then one night he posted a comment. It was short. He pointed out a mistake in someone else's code. Nothing rude, just a correction. The replies came fast. Who are you? That fix actually works. Nice catch. That was the first time Evan felt seen. He created a handle. Phantom key. It sounded cool. It sounded invisible. Over the next 2 years, Phantom key became known in certain corners of the internet. Evan never bragged. He never threatened. He just solved problems. When someone said something couldn't be done, Evan quietly did it. After high school, Evan didn't go to college. His parents couldn't afford it, and Evan didn't want loans. Instead, he worked nights at a data center in Cleveland. The job was boring. He watched servers, he reset systems, he followed rules written by people who didn't understand the systems they controlled. At night, when he came home, he logged on. That's when things changed. Evan didn't plan to break the law, not at first. But the line between legal and illegal online was thin, and sometimes invisible. He started testing systems that were open, then systems that were mostly secure, then systems that were not meant to be tested at all. Banks, small companies, private servers. He never stole money at first, he just looked. He wanted to see how deep he could go. And every time he found the same thing. Weak passwords, lazy security, human mistakes. People trusted systems they didn't understand. There was no loss worth millions, no public damage, but Rachel kept a private folder. She called the unknown hacker the Phantom. Meanwhile, Evan got bolder. He began testing government-adjacent systems, not military, not intelligence, contractors, vendors, old platforms tied to federal work but barely updated. He found doors everywhere. Late one night, Evan found something he didn't expect. A server labeled FBI, Training Environment. It wasn't classified. It wasn't supposed to be exposed. But it was. Evan froze. He could leave. He should leave. Instead, he mapped the system. Carefully. Slowly. No changes. No logs triggered. He smiled. The FBI, he realized, was just another badly locked door. Weeks later, Evan did something reckless. He sent an email. Not from his real address, not even from Phantom Key. He sent it from inside the FBI's own training system. The subject line read, "Your locks are old." The email went to a general cybercrime inbox. It included no threats, no demands, just one attached file. Inside the file was a list of vulnerabilities. Rachel Monroe read the email twice, then a third time. "Daniel," she said slowly, "we've got a problem." The phantom wasn't just stealing, he was knocking. And Evan Cole, sitting alone in his childhood bedroom, didn't yet understand the truth. Once you scare the FBI, they never stop looking. Rachel Monroe did not sleep well after the email. She kept seeing the words in her head. "Your locks are old." It wasn't a threat. That almost made it worse. At 9 the next morning, she stood in a small conference room with glass walls. A screen showed the email on display. 3 other agents sat with her. Daniel Ruiz leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "This came from inside our training network," Rachel said. "Not spoofed, not rerouted. Inside." One agent frowned. "That system isn't connected to live operations." "It's still FBI," Rachel said, "and it's not supposed to be visible at all." Daniel nodded. "Whoever this is, they didn't just break in. They wanted us to know." The room went quiet. "Did they steal anything?" another agent asked. "No," Rachel said. "That's the problem." They opened the attached file. It was clean, organized. Every flaw was real. Some were old, some were new. One of them could have led into live systems if pushed harder. "This person could have caused real damage," Daniel said. "But didn't," Rachel replied. Her boss labeled it unauthorized access, low threat. The case stayed small. No press, no escalation. But Rachel didn't close her private folder. She added a new note. "Subject shows restraint, high confidence, possibly testing response." Evan watched the news for 3 days. Nothing happened. No headlines, no FBI vans outside his house, no knocks on the door. At first he felt relieved. Then he felt insulted. They didn't even react, he muttered to himself. Evan had expected something. Not panic, but movement. A change. Silence felt like dismissal, so he decided to push again. This time he didn't touch government systems. He targeted people. Using public records and leaked databases, Evan built profiles. Real people, FBI employees, analysts, contractors, nothing invasive, just patterns. He learned who reused passwords, who clicked bad links, who trusted internal emails without checking. Then he built a fake internal tool. It looked boring. Official, gray boxes, simple fonts. Exactly the kind of thing no one questions. The email he sent looked harmless. Mandatory security validation. Please confirm credentials before Friday. He sent it to 12 people. 8 ignored it. 3 reported it. 1 clicked. That one was enough. Evan didn't access anything classified. He didn't need to. He just watched. He observed internal traffic patterns, response times, and alerts. Then he logged out. 2 days later, Rachel received a report. "Someone tested our staff," Daniel said, placing the paper down. "Phishing attempt, clean exit." Rachel closed her eyes slowly. "He's studying us," she said. Daniel exhaled. "You keep saying he." "I'm right," she replied. "And he's careful." Rachel updated her notes again. Escalation without damage. Wants engagement. Ego-driven but controlled. Evan should have stopped there. He didn't. Money had become easy. Too easy. Evan had learned how to move it like water. Quietly. Gently. No waves. But now he had a bigger idea. If the FBI didn't react to warnings, maybe they'd react to embarrassment. Evan found an old seized asset system used by a regional FBI office. The funds inside were small and mostly inactive. Old cases, forgotten money. The system was badly patched. Evan didn't steal from it. He moved money into it, $10,000, then another 5, then another. From clean sources, from places that made no sense. He labeled the deposits with short notes. Audit this, Where did this come from? You missed this. Rachel stared at the account logs in disbelief. No one adds money to seized assets, Daniel said. Rachel's jaw tightened. He's mocking us. They ran internal checks. Nothing missing, nothing broken, but the questions were everywhere. Supervisors got involved. This isn't funny anymore, one of them said. Rachel agreed. They finally opened a full case file. Operation Ghost Trace. Evan followed the internal response closely. Not directly, never directly, but he saw the signs. Systems locked down, patterns changed, alerts tightened. They were awake now. Good. That night, Evan did something dangerous. He accessed a financial contractor used by the FBI for training reimbursements. He didn't touch the money. Instead, he changed one number, a routing digit, just one. Then he waited. 2 weeks later, the error was found. Money had gone nowhere. It vanished mid-transfer and bounced back days later. No theft, just confusion. Rachel slammed her hand on the table when she saw the report. He's showing us he can touch real money whenever he wants, she said, and he's choosing not to. Daniel rubbed his face. That's worse than stealing. Now the pressure came down hard. Find him, their supervisor said. I don't care how clean he is. Evan felt the shift immediately. Systems started logging deeper. Response times changed. Honey traps appeared. The FBI was baiting him. Evan smiled, but his hands shook. For the first time, this wasn't just exciting. It was personal. So Evan planned his biggest move yet. Not a hack, a scam. He created a fake shell company. Clean paperwork, real filings. It looked boring and legitimate. The company offered cybersecurity consulting. Then he let it accidentally get flagged. The FBI took the bait. They reached out. When the email arrived, Evan stared at it for a long time. Request for information regarding security services. He laughed quietly. They were inviting the Phantom inside the front door. Rachel didn't know his name yet. She didn't know his face, but she knew one thing for sure. Whoever this hacker was, he wasn't running anymore. He was walking straight toward them, and Evan Cole, sitting in the dark with his screen glowing, whispered to himself, "Let's see how smart you really are." The FBI did not trust the new company. They never trusted anyone. Still, the paperwork looked clean. The tax records matched. The website was plain and boring. The owner had no criminal history. No flags, no noise. The company name was Deadwire Solutions. Rachel Monroe stared at the file on her screen. "This feels too neat," she said. Daniel Ruiz nodded. "That's what bothers me." Deadwire Solutions had been flagged when a contractor noticed unusual network behavior months earlier. Nothing illegal, just sharp, clean fixes, too clean. Rachel leaned back in her chair. Whoever runs this knows how we think. That was exactly what Evan wanted. Evan built Deadwire Solutions slowly. He didn't rush. He registered it under a false name, Lucas Grant. The identity was real enough. Old credit trail. Social media with boring posts. A few photos of hiking trips taken from stock sites and edited just enough to look personal. Lucas Grant was invisible. Evan applied for low-level cybersecurity contracts. Nothing sensitive. No direct access to federal systems. Just audits, reports, suggestions. The FBI responded faster than Evan expected. Rachel insisted on a controlled test. "We bring him in," she said. "Limited access, watched environment." Deadwire Solutions was invited to submit a live demonstration. Evan almost didn't accept. This was the moment where mistakes killed people like him. But he accepted. The FBI facility in Virginia was quiet and gray. Cameras everywhere. Key cards. Guards who watched too closely. Evan arrived as Lucas Grant wearing plain clothes. No logos, no personality, just another contractor. Rachel Monroe shook his hand. "Thanks for coming in." "Happy to help," Evan said, keeping his voice steady. She watched his eyes. They didn't dart, they didn't linger. That made her uneasy. They led him into a small testing room, a closed system, fake data, fake threats. "Show us how you'd find weaknesses," Daniel said. Evan nodded. He worked slowly, carefully, not showing too much, just enough. Within 15 minutes, he pointed out 3 flaws, all real. Rachel leaned forward. "You didn't scan?" "I don't need to," Evan replied. "Your structure tells me where to look." That answer went into her bones. After the demo, Evan was escorted out. Rachel watched him leave through the glass. "That's him," she said. Daniel frowned. "You're sure?" "No proof," Rachel said. "But he moves like someone who knows where every camera is." They dug into Lucas Grant's history again. Nothing, which only made Rachel more certain. Evan felt sick driving home. He had been inside the building, inside the system. Too close. That night he didn't sleep. He reviewed everything he'd done as Phantom Key, every move, every message. Then he realized something. The FBI was chasing the Phantom, but they were also building a case against someone else, someone louder, someone sloppy. Evan decided to give them that person. Over the next month, Phantom Key returned online, but differently. Careless mistakes appeared, overconfidence, small errors in code style. Rachel noticed immediately. "He's changing," she said. Daniel looked over her shoulder. "Or someone else is using the name." Rachel stared at the screen. "No, this is deliberate." Phantom Key suddenly hit a private defense contractor hard, too hard. Alarms rang, logs tripped, evidence left behind. The FBI pounced. They arrested a man in Arizona named Kevin Moore. Kevin was a small-time hacker, smart but reckless. He had followed Phantom Key for years. He copied his style but never quite got it right. Kevin screamed innocence. No one listened. The case looked perfect. Too perfect. Rachel stared at the arrest report and felt cold. "This isn't him," she said. Daniel hesitated. "The evidence lines up." "That's the problem," Rachel replied. "It lines up too well." Evan watched the arrest online. He didn't smile. He felt heavy. Kevin Moore had made his own choices. Evan told himself that. Still, he closed the Phantom Key accounts. Silence returned. Deadwire Solutions, meanwhile, kept growing. The FBI approved a limited contract. Rachel argued against it. She lost. Evan was now officially inside the system. Not as a hacker, as a helper. Then Rachel found the mistake. A single timestamp mismatch. One that only someone very careful would notice. The Phantom Key errors weren't sloppy. They were staged. She opened her private folder and wrote one sentence. "The Phantom is hiding in plain sight." Rachel requested access to Deadwire Solutions. Internal logs. The request landed in Evan's inbox at 2:14 a.m. He stared at it. This was it. The point where the long con either worked or collapsed. Evan closed his laptop and whispered, "Deadwire stays quiet, or everything burns." Evan did not answer the FBI request right away. He waited. Waiting was dangerous, but answering too fast was worse. People who had nothing to hide always rushed. People who had plans took time. At 6:30 a.m., Evan replied as Lucas Grant. "Happy to provide logs. Please confirm scope and timeline. Professional, calm, normal." Rachel Monroe read the email with narrowed eyes. "He's buying time," she said. Daniel looked tired. "Or he's just being careful." Rachel shook her head. No, careful people don't feel like this. She couldn't explain it better. She just knew. Evan used the time to clean everything. Not delete, move. Logs were copied, reshaped, and aged. False paths were added. Old phantom key fingerprints were quietly planted inside places that Dead Wire Solutions had never touched. If Rachel followed the trail, it would lead outward. Far outward. Evan built a map designed to waste months. By the time he sent the logs, they were perfect. Too perfect. Rachel went through them line by line. Nothing illegal, nothing obvious, but something felt wrong. "Look at this," she said, pointing to a screen. "These timestamps are clean, but they're polite." Daniel blinked. "Polite? They line up too well," Rachel said. "Real systems are messy. These look staged to look messy." Daniel leaned back. "You're saying he knew exactly how much dirt to leave?" "Yes," Rachel replied. "And that means he's better than we thought." Pressure came from above. Kevin Moore had already been charged. The department wanted closure. Dead Wire Solutions was helping fix security gaps. On paper, the FBI was winning. Rachel was the problem. "You're chasing ghosts," her supervisor told her. "We don't arrest people on vibes." Rachel didn't argue. She waited. Evan felt the shift. Rachel wasn't pushing openly anymore. That scared him more than pressure. So Evan triggered the final phase. The scam. Dead Wire Solutions was asked to assist with a financial audit tool used by multiple agencies. The access was indirect, safe, controlled. Evan made one tiny change. He rerouted error reports. Just errors. Nothing that touched money. Except, the reports didn't go where they were supposed to. They went to Evan. For 2 weeks, Evan saw things no contractor should ever see. Not secrets, not files, patterns. He saw how the FBI watched money, how they flagged fraud, how they trusted their own tools. That trust was the weakness. Evan created a mirror, a perfect copy of the system's responses. Then, quietly, he switched them. For 6 hours, the FBI watched fake data. Nothing alarming, nothing wrong. During those 6 hours, Evan moved $30 million. Not into his accounts, into FBI-controlled accounts, across regions, across cases, across internal lines. He labeled the transfers carefully. Training variants, system test, rollback pending. Then he switched everything back. Rachel felt it before the alert came. Her phone rang, then rang again. Daniel burst into her office. "We've got a situation." Rachel was already standing. They stared at the screens. Money everywhere, inside their own walls. No theft, no loss, just proof. "He walked through us," Daniel whispered. Rachel's voice was quiet. "No, he used us." Evan watched the chaos from home. His hands shook. This wasn't a game anymore. He had crossed the final line. Now there were only 2 endings: escape or exposure. Rachel reviewed every contractor again, every access point, every human. She stopped at Lucas Grant. Dead Wire Solutions. Rachel smiled slowly. "Found you," she said. Evan's phone buzzed. Unknown number. He didn't answer. Then a text arrived. "We need to talk." Evan leaned back in his chair and closed his eyes. Rachel Monroe wasn't hunting a ghost anymore. She was talking to a man, and men made mistakes. Evan did not reply to the text, not right away. He stared at his phone as if it might explode. Rachel Monroe knew, not suspected, knew. That meant every second mattered. He powered down his laptop. That was his first mistake. Rachel expected him to run digitally. When the activity stopped, she smiled. "He's scared," she said. Daniel looked up. "Or he's preparing." "Same thing," Rachel replied. Evan packed light, clothes, cash, one burner phone, no drives, no backups. He had already destroyed what mattered. He left his parents a note. "I'm sorry, I love you. I'll explain someday." Then he drove. But the farther he went, the heavier it felt. The money, the lies, Kevin Moore in prison, his parents waking up to empty rooms. This was never how he imagined it ending. The burner phone rang. Evan pulled over. He answered. "Hello?" Rachel's voice was calm. "You're not very good at disappearing, Evan." His chest tightened. "If you know my name, you don't need this call." "I do," Rachel said, "but I want to understand why." Evan laughed once. It came out broken. "That's a lie." Rachel didn't deny it. "You're smart," she said. "Smarter than most people I chase. Which means you already know how this ends." Evan stared at the road. "Maybe I just wanted to prove something." Rachel replied softly. "You did." Silence hung between them. "I can disappear," Evan said. "You won't catch me?" Rachel sighed. "You could, but you won't." "Why?" Evan asked. "Because you're tired," she said. "And because if you vanish, someone else pays for it." Kevin Moore's face flashed in Evan's mind. Rachel pressed gently. "You didn't mean to ruin lives, but you did. This is where you stop choosing yourself." Evan closed his eyes. "Where?" he asked. Rachel gave him an address. Evan turned himself in at a quiet field office just before sunset. No chase, no cuffs for the cameras, just paperwork and silence. Rachel met him in an interview room. They looked at each other for a long moment. "You know," Evan said, "your systems really are old." Rachel smiled faintly. "So are our rules." He confessed. Everything. The hacks, the money, dead wire solutions, the mirror system, the scam. Rachel listened without interrupting. When he finished, she said, "You scared the FBI?" Evan nodded. "That was never the goal." "But it mattered," she said. Kevin Moore was released months later. The charges were quietly dropped. No apology, just freedom. Deadwire Solutions vanished from records. The stolen money was recovered. Officially, the case was sealed. Unofficially, it became a warning story. Evan Cole was sentenced to 12 years. Not life, not freedom. Enough time to think. In prison, he taught basic computer skills, fixed broken systems, wrote letters to his parents. Rachel visited once. "You could have been anything," she said. Evan shrugged. "I was." She stood to leave. Before she went, Evan asked, "Did I change anything?" Rachel paused at the door. "Yes," she said. "Now we lock the doors better." She left. Years later, a new agent would ask about an old case, the one where the hacker moved FBI money into FBI accounts. Rachel would smile and say, "That wasn't a ghost. That was a lesson."